Listen, coming up today on Houston Life, dive into the 4th annual Underwater Film Festival. This weekend, filmmakers from around the world are showcasing life underwater. Look how beautiful this is.
Wow.
So it's all through their cinematic lenses, and we're getting the details on where you can go see the film. Still ahead on Houston Life, we'll meet the husband and wife duo using their love of ocean, diving, and marine life to spearhead a unique underwater film festival happening this weekend.
And then we often talk about heart health in humans, but what about our... Okay, well, still to come, a preview of marine life through animation, short films, and the art of underwater dancing. It's all at the annual Underwater Film Festival, which features films from around the world, including films made right here in Texas.
And we're checking in.
But coming up, okay, that looks yummy. From sharks to coral reefs and aquatic dancing, explore the wonders of the sea at the Underwater Film Festival. We'll have all the details coming up.
All right, when we come back, we will meet Betsy and Craig Beasley. They are the husband and wife organizers and creators of the Houston Underwater Film Festival. They're taking us on an aquatic adventure you can catch on the big screen.
Houston Life will be right back. Welcome back to Houston Life. This weekend, you can discover marine life on the big screen at the 4th annual Underwater Film Festival.
The festival is all about showcasing the underwater world through the eyes of the filmmakers you just saw, some of whom you just saw, from short videos to animations, even the art of dancing underwater. That is so beautiful. Festival director and co-chair Betsy Beasley and her husband Craig Beasley, who's also co-chair, they are joining us now with more on this one-of-a-kind festival. Congratulations on the 4th year. I know every year you're getting more and more submissions. 53 films from 24 countries around the world, Spain, Turkey, Italy, the U.S., the list goes on and on. But before we get into the specifics about the festival, you both really fell in love with diving when you were living in Singapore in the 90s. And tell us how that all began, because diving is something many of us have never been lucky enough to experience.
It's hard to say, you know, being a Texan, you know, you say, oh, they got places to dive around here, let's go do it, you know, and so that was it. We got some lessons at the American Club, and the next thing you know, we're off diving in Malaysia, so.
Wow. Well, that's an exciting experience. And what part of you said, okay, not only are we going to dive, but we're going to start, you know, documenting some of this stuff and get into maybe some photography? How did that evolve?
Well, after you've been diving for a long time, maybe you feel like you've seen a lot of things, and so I began to carry a camera underwater as kind of something to do. And, you know, it's a well-known thing. You get one camera, and I guess I'm on my 4th system now, and the same for her, you know. You get more and more enthralled with the subjects that you have and trying to capture their behavior and the beauty of the underwater.
Right.
I just decided to one day just get a camera and go underwater with it and come home and make a movie. I mean, I thought I could do that. And so I did.
Yeah.
It was like, what was I thinking?
That's incredible, though. And I mean, I remember back in the day when underwater camera housing was something that was not as accessible. These days, you have even smartphones that can go underwater. So talk to us about how you think that accessibility of technology has actually fueled this film festival. Were you surprised by the number of people who actually applied and said, hey, we want our films to be in this festival?
Yeah, well, we've usually gotten a lot of entries, but what's really happened is the quality has increased over the last few years, and I attribute it to the improvement in the digital cameras you can buy for the cost. The cost has really come down a lot, but it's still quite an investment if you want to jump in the water with a good camera and a housing and lights and everything. So something we take very seriously, the safety and maintenance and all that sort of stuff.
Something else you guys take seriously is just really containing the marine life, right? Like, it's so important. It's such a special habitat. And you think, like, maybe these festivals spread awareness to that for other people?
Definitely they do. We really encourage people to get in the water and see what's there, because it's unbelievably beautiful. Just to snorkel, you don't have to scuba dive, just snorkel and you can see what's down there, and then you'll want to scuba dive and go further down and really take a look. But scuba divers are very conscientious people. They don't touch the marine life, or they're very aware that it's fragile, And so this whole festival really promotes that point of view quite a bit. There are a lot of films about that.
It seems great from just a public education standpoint, as you mentioned, for people to pay more respect to the life under the ocean. Isn't there more life in the ocean than there is on the surface of the earth?
Yeah.
So a ton of life down there. I think it also adds an interesting dimension to the already vibrant arts community here in Houston.
Absolutely. You know, every filmmaker has this in the back of their mind, the marine environment and how important it is, but they all approach it from different ways. Some of them are very out there with, you know, the need for action on things, and then others would prefer to show the beauty of the underwater world and inspire people to keep it that way. So when we started this festival, you know, we really sat there and said, well, you know, a city the size of Houston and we don't have an underwater film festival, and we're just 50 miles from the Gulf Coast, and just 100 miles offshore, we have a marine park sanctuary that very few people know about. If you go 100 miles out into the Gulf, you don't see brown water anymore. You think you are in the Caribbean. And we have tropical coral reefs right there that you can go and dive, you know, just over the weekend easily. So it's very accessible to people, and we want to get that message out.
Well, we really are the third coast, and it is our backyard. The Gulf of Mexico is our backyard. What kind of films are being submitted? Because you have different categories, which we showed, to protect and respect the oceans. You have a short video category, art house flicks. But what are you most excited about this year?
I think this year we have 13 judges. We get around 400 films submitted to us, and we have to look at all of those and rate them and score them. And this year, I think our judges were really impressed with the dance and free diving films that we got. We've always gotten several dance films like Underwater Ballet, but this year they're just incredible, incredibly beautiful.
This one is her favorite, by the way, that they're showing right now.
It's magical.
Yeah, we're different from other film festivals in that many of them have a specific set of things they want to see, like only environmental films, for example. We take anything that's underwater as long as it's 50% shot underwater. So we have the Art House Flicks, which is my favorite segment, that has all sorts of stuff. Whatever strange things people can think up to do underwater, it's in there.
We put our films that we put in the Art House Flicks category are what I would call weird and bizarre.
Okay.
And, you know, once you see them, all of those shown, you go, yeah, that was weird and bizarre. But, that's one of my favorite categories.
An animation category is also on the list, and a category for Made in Texas, so films by Texas filmmakers as well. Animation or claymation, right?
Yes, absolutely, yeah.
Right.
Well, there's a lot of debate. You know, everybody has their own favorites, and some of our committee, you know, when we curate these, they don't go for the animation or the dance, but we believe in having a large group that, you know, represents. And then there are other people that think we should just do nothing but animation and dance. So, you know, it's a very interesting group to work with.
This is so cute. I mean, that is awesome. So something for everyone. Betsy and Craig Beasley, I think it is really, really cool how you discovered this passion for diving, and all these years later, you have created an environment where other artists and divers and lovers of the ocean can come together and showcase their work. It's really cool.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you. The Houston dive community comes together every year to put this on. We have about 30 volunteers who come in, and Craig and I can't do it by ourselves. No. So we have a lot of volunteers that help put this on.
Well, there's the info on your screen. Saturday and Sunday at 3 p.m. Match Houston. $15 each day you'd like to attend. There are packages available, and we do have more info on our website, HoustonLife.tv. Betsy and Craig Beasley, thanks once again. This is phenomenal. Tessa, you and I should get certified.
I am blown away by the grace that people can have underwater. That is not me. I will have a life jacket. I will have the tube around my neck. But
and
you know
a panic look on her face.
But I am so there because I do. I love our ocean. I love our water. I am fascinated by it. So thank you so much again.
Come with us. We'll protect you. No problem.
Sounds good. And thanks for raising awareness, too. Very important.
Awesome. Okay, now let's check back.